consistency in these things.
Осторожно, смотри, можно ударить вот это вот желтое. Осторожно, можно
English.
ударить.
I don't yell at you in Russian.
Машину! Машину не ударь.
We're all consistently learning, right? We never stop learning. Like even this, prepping the speech that I'm about to give in Long Island right now to all these loan officers and real estate agents, and you know, it's like I'm learning right now. I'm like teaching myself new information that I want to talk about, that I think is interesting. And that's what I try to do in these speeches. Like for the 45 minutes that I'm going to be on stage, I want the people that are listening to me to take away as much information as they can. I also want them to be entertained a little bit, but I want them to take away as much information as they can so that they feel like they've learned something, so that they're not just like, yeah, that was funny, or yeah, that was cool, or I don't even remember when he spoke, but like, you know what? That one thing he said, that was important. I'm actually going to apply that to my life. Like if that happens, then that's awesome. And I feel like it's like the whole speech was then worth it, you know? Which reminds me too, I want to give a huge shout out to Great Courses Plus for sponsoring this video. It's awesome, and I'm going to tell you more about that later. But now, I need to prep. I need to see what we're going to talk
Am I still the one you see when you close your eyes? Am I still the one you need when it's late at night?
We're going to
Am
do
I
origin,
still the one you want when you want somebody?
everything we need
When
to
you want
know.
somebody. And I swear I won't expect too much. Won't go and drag us through the mud. But I think this fight might not be done. I swear I saw a figure. I swear I saw it. I swear I saw it. I swear I saw a figure. I swear I saw it. I swear I saw it.
I always get introduced in the totally weirdest ways. Like, I bet they're going to talk about how broke and terrible I was. I mean, because they always like throwing that in there. And the one thing, I was like, you know what they better not mention to a crowd from Long Island? That I grew up in Boston. And that I'm a Patriots fan. And literally 2 minutes ago, I'm standing there, and Mike, who I love, you're awesome, we're now BFFs for life. It's like, coming up, Ryan Serhant, who's a Patriots fan.
Hey Ryan, you've done a really good job at branding yourself, so any tips for an agent who wants to brand himself?
Sure. You first have to figure out, kind of like I was talking about before, like you have everything inside of you to be an amazing personal brand. You either just don't know it yet, or you haven't figured out exactly what makes you special compared to everybody else, and then you just haven't milked it. Like, I talk about the hand modeling thing, honestly, and I know you didn't bring it up because you didn't want to throw me under the bus, but it's so ridiculously unique to who I am as a person. Like, I used that for a while, as like I was like an ex-hand model. That's what I would literally tell people, because it would get people to laugh. Most people had never met a hand model, and it was just so weird that I'd ever done that, but it was honestly how I paid rent. Right? It'd pay me $150 an hour. And I would tell people that. It'd be totally upfront. You know? And it was more interesting than other real estate agents who kind of were bred into the business. Right? So that was like my hook at the beginning, I swear to you. And that's how I got on $1 Million Listing. Like part of it was just that I was like this weird kid, ex-hand model, now selling real estate in New York City. And Bravo was like, well, that works for us. Like that was the pitch. And so you got to figure out, like, I don't know, if you have a cat, right? Use that cat. Milk the cat. No, don't actually milk it, but like use the cat. Like use the cat. Take photos with the cat. Take photos with the cat. Put that on Instagram. Like have that be your thing. Like figure out what it is that makes you unique. And maybe it's your suits. Maybe it's the way you cut your hair. Maybe it's like the type of food that you eat. Maybe it's your favorite restaurant. Maybe it's something. Just come up with that thing. And then brand that to yourself so that people have something to remember you by, not just the fact that you do deals, which everybody does, right? And then slowly but surely, who you are as a brand is going to figure itself out. You don't really have to figure it out today. You just come up with that thing that people can think of you as and they'll remember you by, and it will grow into something that in 5 years from now, you'll sit back and say, holy shit, I didn't even think that was going to happen. Totally crazy. And then make sure you're consistent. That is it. Consistency and being persistent over and over. A lot of people try to brand themselves and they do it for like 4 days. Or they send out like one mailer and then they forget. Or they do like one Instagram post and they're like, I don't like it. 3 people liked it. I'm not doing that anymore. Like you got to stay consistent, right? It's just like going to the gym. You got to do it every day. You got to do it every other day. You got to have a plan. You have to have a structure. You have to put it into the calendar. You got to make sure you do it, and you will outlast everybody else. And that's the difference, right? One of the biggest things that I look for in real estate agents that I hire, honestly, is endurance. Like I make them follow up with me forever before I ever even have a second meeting with them. Because if they can't follow up with me, no way are they going to follow up with a client. If they give up easily, if they only post things twice and then they forget, like no way do they have it cut out to be with me. Right? So stay consistent. In the future me, who is honestly all I care about, is going to be really, really, really thankful. Because the only way to get that seesaw to purely positive all the time is for your future self. There's actually an app that I have that I downloaded. You should also download it. It's called Faces. You should download it. You can take a photo of yourself and it ages you. And if you're old, I'm sorry. But it aged me to 75 years old. And I have that photo and it sits next to my computer screen. That's the guy that I work for. That is future Ryan. And everyone in this room should have an idea of who you are in 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now. That's the person you're working for. That's why you have to wake up and feed the positivity fuel in your fire every single day, because that person, if they're not excited by the time you get to that person, which you will be very, very soon, right? Time flies. That person is going to go back in time and kick your ass. That's my biggest fear. Every day I get to work and I look at an old person photo of me. I say hello to future Ryan and I work my ass off for him so that he's not upset with me. Because I could have gone a totally different route. I could have moved back to Steamboat Springs. I could be painting fence right now in Colorado. I could be married to a cowgirl, which is not that bad. But now I'm married to a beautiful Greek woman. And I did shut down Times Square. That was insane. Yes. And it is that idea, right? Working for your future self. That's the last message that I want to leave for you today. That if you structure your day and if you do the work will take care of you. And that yourself tomorrow, as you reinvent yourselves, as you figure out who you are as a person so that you can be a better salesperson, so that you can sell more, do more, increase your 1099, make more money, go on more vacations, not have to win cruises because you're going to pay for one on your own. Whatever it is you want to do, you write those goals down and you go get them and you structure them in your calendar every single day. It's the greatest thing about the business that we're in. We can do whatever we want every day in this business and in the United States, which is awesome. And no one can tell us not to. So that by the time you get to your future self, that person is smiling from ear to ear. Thank you very much for having me. Back to the city. Oh God. Honestly, sometimes I don't even know what to talk about. Like I have this whole plan when I go into these things, ready, and like 45 minutes later, I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Yuri started a YouTube channel. He's got some videos up there, totally forgot. $1 Million Driver. Check it out. He just started. Very proud of him. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. Actually, you know what? Before we get up to the office, we're going to give you some Russian with Yuri. Yeah, it's been a while since you had some Russian with Yuri, right? When was the last time we did some Russian with Yuri?
Far.
It's been far. The last time we did it was far.
Today is the day we change. I feel comfortable on this place. Welcome to Russian with Yuri. I don't have my protein shake, but I have small cup and it's green tea inside. But everybody asks, where's the Ryan? And now I show where's the Ryan. Ryan, how are you?
I'm great.
How you feel there?
I'm great.
We late to appointment, Ryan. Please,
Okay.
if possible, can you just drive a little bit faster?
A little faster.
Yes, please. Thank you
Okay.
very much. And
I'm not that nice though. I'm not. I'm never that
yes,
nice.
Right.
I'm never. Please, thank you very much. First of all, I can't see in these things. Oh, bumpy. Sorry. There's some bumps.
Yes, it's bumpy.
Sorry. Can you?
Ну, вот так всегда. Ну вот слева же. Осторожно, не ударь машину! Машину не ударь. Be careful.
Oh, whoa.
Ай-яй-яй.
Well, I'm not doing this anymore. That's the end of Rushing with Yuri. You can have your sunglasses back. Getting out of the car. I'm back in the office. I have so much work to do. One thing about giving these speeches is it like knocks me out for a couple hours, and then I have to come back to all my actual work because I'm not just somebody giving speeches because that's what I do. I'm actually really doing this work and actually really selling, and then telling people what I think about it. And you know what was interesting about what we talked about a little bit was income. And it's so funny, like no one ever talks about income. No one ever talks about money. We all need money to live. Like a living, just being alive is expensive. It costs money. And being alive, especially in New York City or any city or anywhere, costs money, and no one ever talks about it. And for salespeople specifically, you are only as good as your 1099. And I know some of you might think that's harsh. I know some people are gonna be like, no, I'm a good person too. It doesn't matter. You're only as good as your 1099. You could say you're the greatest salesperson of anything in the world, but if it doesn't show it on your 1099, it doesn't mean anything. And so one thing I want to impart to everybody is to be good and to learn the process of managing your own money and growing your income so that one day your 1099, when you look at it, is going to be fucking awesome, and you will be as good as your 1099. You'll actually be fucking better. Right? And your 1099 might actually be better than you. That's where things start to get really, really weird. That's a totally different life. That'll be like vlog season 50 or something like that. But if you want to learn more about money management, honestly, you're not going to learn it from me. The sponsor of this video, and I never sponsor these videos because I don't need to, but greatcoursesplus.com is actually pretty awesome. No joke. You should go there, go to the website that's on the screen right now. They have a whole course lecture that you can watch about money management, and it's actually really awesome. And I've actually watched it, and I learned something from it too. What's awesome about greatcoursesplus.com is that it's this subscription on-demand video learning service with top-notch lectures and courses from the best professors from like Ivy Leagues and other great universities globally, and experts from places like National Geographic, the Smithsonian, and the Culinary Institute of America. They have access to this huge library of over 11,000 videos, so you can literally teach yourself just from your phone or your computer money management, like I said, anything about history, science, math, literature, how to cook, if you want to play guitar, how to play chess, anything. So if you're interested, which you should, and you want to learn about money management or literally anything else in the world, go to my link. It's like right here, or click it. It's in the description below, and you'll get a free trial, okay? You're welcome. And I have so much work to do. That is it. That is the end of the vlog. If you like this, like it, subscribe, send it to your friends. Ready, set, go. That's the end of the video. Now click one of these to keep watching more. Give me this one. Give me this one. Oh, this one. This one's pretty good. Yeah? This one. Oh, yeah. This one. This one.